Hello friends, welcome to a new topic today. In this chapter, let us learn about eating disorders. Okay, if you see in this eating disorders, the first group of disorders are anorexia nervosa. So, these anorexia nervosa are given most commonly for adolescent females. These are most commonly seen in adolescent females and in upper class. In these patients, appetite is normal. Okay, the signs and symptoms are there is disturbance of body image, increased fear or fatness or restricting energy intake. The restricting energy intake include loss of weight or weight less than normal. Here the patient is has excessive fear of being fat. She is not see in anorexia nervosa she is actually uh, the weight of this girl will be less than normal, but still she thinks that she is obese or she is fat, and she stops eating food. Or even that is a type which is called as restricting type. In restricting type she stops eating foods. It is seen in 50% of the patients. Here the patient starts restricting high food intake. Okay, then the second type is binge eating or purging type. This is seen in 20 to 50%. Here she starts intermittent binge eating, takes large amount of food at a time, and then after a few minutes she starts self-induced vomiting, which is called as purging. So because of this self-induced vomiting, the patient develops dental caries, parotitis and hypokalemic alkalosis. And not only she not only induces self vomiting, but also she does use laxatives or diuretics or emetics so that she can remove all the food that she had eaten prior. Okay, see, this is almost similar to bulimia nervosa, right? This binge eating type of anorexia nervosa is almost similar to bulimia nervosa. So in anorexia nervosa, here the patient, the most important feature is weight is less than normal, presence of amenorrhea or lanugo hairs. Sometimes the patient the neonatal hairs can appear, and that is called as lanigo hair. And the patient develops hypothermia and dependent edema also. There is poor sexual development and lack of interest in sexual activities. Okay, the patient also has peculiar behavior like hiding foods, trying to dispose food in the napkins, or cutting food into pieces and rearranging them in the plate. So all these are seen in anorexia nervosa. The treatment of this is hospitalization to restore the nutritional status. Then you will have to do behavioral management, which plays a major role, and you can also use personality and psychotherapy. Remember, here in this anorexia nervosa, the only way to differentiate anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa is in anorexia nervosa the girl is very thin. Okay, she has less weight, okay, than normal, whereas in bulimia nervosa she is almost normal weight. In anorexia nervosa, amenorrhea, lanigo hair are seen, whereas in bulimia nervosa there is no amenorrhea, everything is normal. See these features which I have said: amenorrhea, lanugo hairs, hypothermia, dependent edema, poor sexual development, so all, and lack of interest in sexual activities. All these are main features of anorexia nervosa. These are not present in bulimia. So let us learn about bulimia nervosa. So in this bulimia nervosa, this is more common than anorexia nervosa. Here the patient undergoes episodes of binge eating. Okay, and then they start doing some things to stop gaining weight. In order to prevent gaining weight, there is inappropriate ways of preventing weight gain, and these include vomiting, self-induced vomiting, use of laxatives or diuretics, use of emetics, excessive exercising and dieting. This self-induced vomiting includes enamel erosion, or because of self-induced vomiting the patient also develops erosion in the enamel, because when he vomits the HCl or gastric gas comes to his mouth, and as a result it erodes the enamel and causes enamel erosion, which leads to dental caries. It also leads to salivary gland inflammation, callus formation on knuckles, and hypokalemic hypochloremic alkalosis. This bulimia nervosa is most common in females, and late adolescence. Okay, here the girl has morbid fear of gaining weight. The most important features here is the girl has normal weight and normal sexual functioning. There is no amenorrhea in these patients. These are the three things which will differentiate bulimia nervosa from anorexia nervosa, because rest all like enamel erosion, all these are present in both. So this is an outpatient therapy. See, anorexia nervosa is you will have to hospitalize the patient, but in bulimia nervosa you can give outpatient therapy. You can also give cognitive behavioral therapy, which is first line, and dynamic phototherapy can also be given. So this is about the eating disorders, that is anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa. In the next class we will learn about sleep disorders. Thank you guys for watching my lecture. Thank you.